From Wall Street to Main Street, this is LALATE.
It's a big evening of evenings, LA, with incredible great news about your fourth stimulus check update of 2021 and breaking news about a vote happening tonight at Capitol Hill. It's huge, and it's the latest breaking news. Plus, we'll have the latest about the variant now identified in a second U.S. state. In this recording, we go over the incredible great news about your fourth stimulus check update of 2021 and that recon that is off now in the Senate. The senators vowed to add a lot of checks in that incredible recon. And what are those checks? We're going to go over them in this recording. And today, in tonight's recording, you're going to see now a fourth senator in less than 7 days saying that they are putting in an MSC. We have gone from 1 to 2 to 3 and now 4. Tonight, the latest details. We're going to go over the big money available under third stimulus to pay your bills right now. And one of you are getting $135,000. Yes, you heard me right, not $35. $135,000 for his family this week. We'll be turning to student loan debt forgiveness, the latest on that, and then fifth stimulus, the latest on that. But the big breaking news tonight is a major vote is happening at the time of this recording. At the time it's you're airing it, you're watching it, or shortly after it airs. It's a major vote tonight that could signal a big path to get this recon done sooner than later. It's breaking news, plus the latest details on the variant, the latest details on the MSC, and the big money that viewers are getting from third stimulus. Huge sums of money, as one viewer got $850,000 for 32 people. Those details and more as we go into a big evenings, and it starts right now. Hey, good evening, everybody. I hope you're having a beautiful evening across the globe. It is very cool here in Southern California. I hope the weather is good where you are. The House has now sent the recon to the Senate, and the Senate changes are now being manifested themselves. How much are these checks? Lots of them. These checks, before the senators even add checks to them, are upwards of $50,000 to $60,000. Biggest payday you've ever seen. Yes, about $50,000 to $60,000 of checks is incredible recon. And Nancy spoke about them today and repeated exactly what I say in these recordings. You're going to see the latest detail tonight. Then the big money from third stimulus is still paying out, and one viewer getting $135,000 this week. Countless viewers getting $5,000 daily. I'm going to show you how to get your bills paid. We're going to go over to student loan debt forgiveness and fifth stimulus, the latest details on that, plus the breaking news out of South Africa tonight. There's no details about that. And then the big vote happening on Capitol Hill tonight. Oh boy, it's a big night. A lot of breaking news. And with that, go down on this video right now and hit that subscribe button. I want you part of this incredible channel. This is the number 3 most watched financial news channel in America, LALATE. Subscribe, like the video, and consider becoming a member to get the incredible newsletter. Comes out Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Also, make sure you become part of the LALATE Alerts, which is totally free, so you do not miss a video when it goes live. The breaking news tonight is that recon is in the Senate, and that recon has lots of checks they're going to add to that. But so far, we're looking at about $15,000 of checks across all these incredible programs. This is big money going into your wallet. Cluster number 1, hazard pay got in there for my essential workers. $4,000 of elder care, $4,000 to care for young children, $3,600 for the CTC. Then they got money in there to repair the home, free money, the $550 check for my college students, and then $12,500 for the purchase of a new electric vehicle. Yes, this is massive sums of money, and we are just in the first cluster. Did you notice how big that first cluster was? Yeah, it was about $20,000, and we're just getting started. The first add-on comes from the illustrious Maxine Waters here from Southern California, and she vows to add big sums of money in there. She did, and what is this for? Free home purchases. She wanted to give you money for your first home purchase, and she got it in there. Not $25,000. She wanted that amount. It's a little bit less. How do you get it? It's coming up later in this video. Cluster number 2 got in there. Home repairs, paid leave, the weatherizing your home, the household tax credit, and more. Definitely needed, because guess what? It's the holiday season, and there's always someone knocking at the door. and it may be someone looking to have you join Lobster Fest 2022. No, you need to weatherize the home. I do not need to be attending Lobster Fest 2022. Thank you, Mitch. Let's go to the second add-on, and the big second, the third big add-on comes from the illustrious Bob Casey. And this is huge. He wanted to do $250 billion of it. He didn't get that number. He got a little bit less. What is this? Free home health care for seniors and people on disabilities. Wow, this is big. And this is free home health care for my seniors and people on disabilities. How do you get this money? It's coming up later in this video. Let's go to the third cluster of checks. And here we go. This is the cluster I call deliciousness. They got in there money for my seniors and free internet. What's going on? Well, free school meals for all checks, tax break checks, then cheaper prescription medication, immigration reform, then farmers checks, free internet, and then the money for the seniors with two provisions to expand Medicare across the map. Now, this truly embodies what we're looking at when we're comparing House versus Senate, because guess what? The House members got two Medicare expansion provisions in there, and the senators say want to add three more on top of that. So the House members got in there doing hearing and the Medicaid gap fix for those uninsured people. I'll have that coming up in a second. The senators have now vowed to add three other provisions on top of that, which is dental, vision, and also the lowering the eligibility age of Medicare, which is exactly what we're looking at when we're talking about MSE, which stands for multiple IRS stimulus check. Senators say it's a good bill, but major gaps missing. And tonight, on Evenings LALATE, a brand new revelation. You've seen since the month of May, thousands of viewers have been told by the same 6 senators' offices they're putting in at least one stimulus check in this for stimulus recall. It started in May with WR and Chris Coons, continued with Brother Joshua with Bernie Sanders, and continued all the way up to the president. But 2 weeks ago, when we landed in the Senate, I said, pick up the phone and call and advocate. And tonight, we're now at 4 of 6 senators you want to advocate to saying they're putting it in there. The new one tonight, Liz Warren once again. What is the issue? It started on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Janet picked up the phone and called Chuck Schumer, the majority leader of the Senate, his office, advocated, and they said it's going in there, at least one, via Bernie Sanders. Then Lynn Glenn, you know her, she's always in the live chats, she called this Wednesday and spoke to Chris Coons' office. He said, their office said it's going in there. Then Janice Menard picked up the phone that same day and called over again to Chuck Schumer's office, told the same thing, it's going in there, at least 2 checks. And then minutes ago, another viewer, I believe it was Sue, but I'll check my notes, sent me a private message on Facebook and said, oh no, excuse me, it was Bonnie. It was Bonnie. And she said, called over to Liz Warren's office, and this was sometime between Holidays LA and tonight's show, and she said, Liz Warren's office said she is putting it in there. Same thing that thousands of viewers have been told since the month of May. And there's a reason why I haven't been putting up the graphics from May and June, because I want you to call. We do have these graphics. We have lots of these graphics where people who called back in May and June picked up the phone and advocated and were told it's going in there. And I could put up all these graphics one at a time once again, but I rather not because I want you to make the phone call and advocate. And the message is very loud and clear. They want to put it in there, but you need to pick up the phone and call. The number one senator, the number one equation, his chief of staff, and this is one of those 6 senators, said that you need to make the phone call. So do not rely on a phone call from May. I want you to make the phone call today. And they've now received from this channel more advocacy calls than any place in the United States. This channel has delivered more calls of advocacy than anywhere in the United States. But that's not a reason for you to stop. You need to pick up the phone and call. And who are the 6 senators you want to call? You want to call the Washington, D.C. office and speak to the staff of the following 6 senators: Casey, Coons, Warren, Wyden, Sanders, and Schumer. You see in that list the 6 senators who have told thousands of viewers since the month of May it's going in there. But you also see 4 that in the last 7 days again said it's going in there. And here they are: Casey, Coons saying it this week, Warren saying it today. Wyden, Sanders, and Schumer telling two viewers. That's what you want to do. You want to advocate across the board. When they talk about MSC, what are they talking about? They are looking at least one check, and they also indicate same eligibility as a third one. Single individual, 75,000 or less, got it. Married couple, 150,000 or less, they got it, doubled it. Family of four, they got it, quadrupled it. And on benefits, SSI, SSDI, Social Security Railroad benefits, got it as well. When they look at the payout, they're looking at least two checks. But the last talk they had said was $2,000 the first month, $1,000 thereafter for up to 6 months. But you need to advocate across the board. You also need to deliver some time to yourself to advocate for your wallet. And what does that mean? I want you to give yourself some time to pick up the phone and call to advocate for MSC, but I also want you to advocate for your wallet. Why? Because third stimulus is still paying out. So I want you to give yourself some time to pick up the phone and call and get the big money available still from third stimulus. In the second half of this video, you're going to see the big money being paid out. Viewers are getting $5,000 every single hour on the hour from this channel. These are viewers who got money before from third stimulus and some that just found this channel. One viewer, $135,000. I'm going to show you how to get your bills paid today, because this is what we do on this channel. Cash checks, not track them. We're going to go over student loan debt forgiveness. We're going to go over the excitement of fifth stimulus. Are some people getting the COLA raise right now? I'll explain the latest details. We'll be going over that Senate checks that will be going on top of that $15,000 plus that big vote tonight. Those details and more as we go into a big second half, plus the breaking news of the variant and its second location found in the United States. Those details as a big Evenings LA continues. See you back here in 60 seconds.
If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE.
And the excitement continues right now on Evenings LA as the House sends bill to the Senate, and the Senate is vowing to add more changes to that incredible recon. All the latest details in tonight's recording. We're going to go over these incredible checks that are going to be the biggest payouts you've ever seen in the history of this channel, upwards of $50,000 to $60,000. How to get your bills paid right today from third stimulus. Fortunes, viewers getting $5,000 hourly on this channel. Then student loan debt forgiveness, fifth stimulus as well, plus the breaking news about the latest case of the South African variant found in the United States, and the major vote happening tonight in the House. Those details and more as a big second half of this video starts. And with that, I want you to subscribe. Go down to this video and hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. I want you part of this incredible family. And with that, let's go into the breaking news as we go into a big night tonight, starting right this moment. Tonight, there will be a major vote in the House of Representatives, and that vote is very important for that recon. Because why? It frees up the time to get the recon done. Frees up people's calendar time. Frees it up. And what's at issue? Tonight, the House of Representatives will vote to extend the debt ceiling limit issue to the month of February. Since last week, I told you the vote would be happening this week, and I told you in the last 2 days it would happen on Thursday because Nancy loves to vote on Thursday. And guess what? She's voting on Thursday tonight. Tonight, the House of Representatives will pass the debt ceiling limit extension to move it into February. Later than initially thought, it was originally supposed to be moved to January. Then it's off to the Senate. The President of the United States addressed American people minutes ago and said that he had spoken to Leader McConnell and Leader Schumer and said that they are all on board to get this done quickly. Mitch McConnell reportedly does not want the government to default on Friday, does not want the government to default at any time, and is likely to agree to this. My takeaway is that the Senate's going to pass this very quickly on Friday. I don't think there's any cause of concern. I think whatever provision that's in there that is causing any type of concern among GOP leaders, it's going to be removed by the Democrats and we're going to be done. Why is this great news for you? It's great news for you because it frees up time to get that fourth stimulus recon done. It's one less thing for the senators to do, and this is then done as early as tomorrow. Huge, great development. Turning to the variant. The variant has now been identified in the state of Minnesota, the second case in the United States. There's believed to be many more cases. The good news is that the individual in San Francisco really came forward and volunteered their diagnosis so that that person could contribute their genome sequence for testing. And so we will have a lot of great results within about 2 weeks from now, says the pharmaceutical companies, as to what we know about the variant because of that person who came forward in San Francisco. Double vaccinated, went to South Africa, came back, had the variant, mild case, did not spread it to anyone, no one got it, and also never had a booster shot. It'll take 30 days for us to know a little bit more about that. Meantime, tonight, new travel restrictions floated around with the president. He's now considering a negative PCR test for entering the United States for anyone, including U.S. citizens. Meantime, stay in Mexico is being considered as a new policy by the White House administration for people seeking asylum in the United States to stay in Mexico, not to enter U.S. soils while waiting for that asylum determination. That would revert back to a Trump policy. So with that, let's go into that incredible recon right now. The House has that recon, and tonight we'll know a little bit more about that recon. The recon has a lot of checks in there. It's the biggest payout of this channel. Biggest single payout. And earlier today, Nancy Pelosi addressed the American people to talk about the debt ceiling limit, but she also talked about the recon. And what did she say? Exactly what I say on this channel. She says there's a lot of programs with very, very specific language that you really need to know the language and watch the language because a lot of things have great eligibility in there. And you can't just sort of broadly hear about them and think that's whatever it is. What's at issue is that for anyone that always floats through and jumps into a live chat who hasn't been a viewer, says, are we getting any checks? Yeah, you're getting lots of checks on this recon. $45,000 to $55,000, $60,000 of checks in addition to the potential MSC on top of that. So let's go over all these incredible checks before the Senate changes. We're going to start with the first one that got in there, which is the paid leave. It's huge. It's $1,700 a week if you make $70,000 or more per year. Independent contractor, sole practitioner, yeah, you get it as well. If you make $35,000 or more per year, $800 a week. If you make $15,000 or more per year, $400 a week. So if you're a sole practitioner and you make $10,000 a year, you would still get $400 a week. Up to how many weeks? 4 weeks per year. Yeah, this is a lot. It's $6,000 on the high end. And what's great is that you don't have to necessarily be the one that's working. If you live as a retiree with your son or daughter, they take off from work once a week to take you to the doctor. They'll get the check for you, for caring for you across the board. The next incredible provision we're going to turn to a second, but let's talk about this paid leave a little bit more. Tonight we know that the paid leave will be a battleground in two fronts on the Senate. It may be removed either by the Democrats or by the Senate parliamentarian. Joe Manchin wants it out, he now says again. Senate parliamentarian could also remove it. Paid leave was in there on the House side initially at 11 weeks, then removed because of Joe Manchin, then put back in at 4 weeks, went over to the Senate. Now he says, take it out. 3 options are available for Leader Schumer. 1, leave it in there and call Joe Manchin's bluff. Let's see if he votes against it. Number 2, take it out before the vote. Or number 3, leave it for the Senate parliamentarian to see if she wants to take it out or not. More about that second. Let's go to the second regrettable provision in this recon, which is the SALT cap. $10,000 of what is what you can deduct on your federal tax return of what you pay in state and local taxes currently under the 2017 tax code. They're going to change that. It'll be $72,500 you can deduct on that federal return. They also got other incredible checks in this recon, which is $40 billion of free job training. Really important because millions of Americans want to pick up another skill to get another job that's potentially higher paying, and a lot of seniors want to go back in the workforce. You can and still stay on benefits under FIS stimulus. They got in there the Medicaid gap fix. A lot of people ask me this question. This is cheaper medical insurance. There are 12 Republican states that refuse to pay for Obamacare, and this is a workaround plan that will provide years of subsidized private insurance to low-income uninsured people in those states, which then brings us to the best provision of this recon, and it's the housing. $150 billion of money for housing. The first three provisions are new: weatherize your home, home repairs, and first-time home purchases. The last three provisions repeat third stimulus: rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and you don't have to wait for fourth stimulus for it to become law. You can get it right now under third stimulus. This week, each person that has sent me private message on social media, if you haven't as well, send it to me right now, has gotten on average about $5,000. Earlier this year, I got viewers on average from third stimulus $45,000. This week, countless viewers have gotten about $5,000. One viewer, $135,000. Another viewer, 32 people who got nearly $1 million. So get that pen and paper ready. We're going to go over how to get this money for rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and more. First, we're going to go over the eligibility, which is you qualify. And there is money in your state. There is money in every single state because the federal government gave out money to every state the same amount just a few weeks ago. If you remember this news of this channel, you get the newsletter which deduces and explains how money was sent everywhere. So single, married, children, no children, red state, blue state, ahead on bills, behind on bills, you qualify. And here we go. Let's go with some incredible success stories tonight. And some of them are totally brand new. D. Miller just got 4 more months of rent, $2,800. Yeah, that's $1,200 a month in rent, folks. So it shows you can get these sums of money. Then Robin, she got 3 rounds of electric and 3 rounds of gas this week. That's how I teach on this channel. You can get rounds at the same time. She says you're an angel in disguise. I appreciate that. My wings, are they showing? The next viewer is Madonna. You've seen her on stage. And now she's in the stage of stimulus. Great stage. She got a round of rent, then 2 more rounds, and then she thinks she's going to get 10 more rounds, 10 more months after that. Incredible. Great job, Madonna. I mean, that's like a year and a half of rent. It's just incredible. Then we have Kathy, who says, thank you, Ella, you're a godsend. That she got nearly $6,000, which is mostly rent, and then also got some water and electric. Great. Love it. She got three items. May Lou got nearly $1,000 a month of rent and then got some water and electric. She got almost about $6,000. Appreciate you so much. You're the best, Ally. I appreciate that, May Lou. And Morel, she got a round of rent, then says another round is coming, and she thinks she's getting a 3rd round. Wow, that's how you do it. Jay Graham says, we love you to death, Ally. We got $5,000. We speak for all of you. All of us, we love you. I appreciate that, Jay Graham. And he also got some utilities with that. Scarpy got SNAP. Melissa got $10,000 from rent and 2 other items. Lorica got lumber. And I love Chris's stories because Chris got $10,000 earlier this year from this channel for rent and utilities. And then he continued to watch. And he says, I would have never known about this money this week unless you told us. And now he got another $4,800 and some utilities on top of that. Wow, there you go. So get that pen and paper ready because you qualify. We're going to get some rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and more, and we're starting right now. We're going to go right into the rent. And that rent is very important to get because why? It pays a lot. The amount of rent on this channel was $20,000 to $30,000 a few months ago. The numbers have gone up a lot. Let's look at what the numbers were then. This 3 months ago. Now they're $40,000. You get it from 6 places. If you're a member of this channel, it's in the newsletter. If you're not, this is where you want to use that pen and paper. These are the 6 places you reach out to. City Hall, City House Authority. County Hall, County House Authority. State Hall, and State House Authority. And the keywords you're going to say are rent assistance because of COVID. Mortgage utility assistance because of COVID. Remember, you can always replay this video if you want to replay it. Now, 3 musts. 1, you must reach out to all 6 places. Number 2, you must get applications on file everywhere. Number 3, you must get multiple rounds. So if you got a round early this year, get a round now. If you got a round yesterday, get a different round from a different organization today. And then we turn to utilities. Wow. You can do this. You know your utility company's phone number. You can pick up the phone and call them. You know how to make a phone call. Make a phone call. There's nothing complicated about this. Make that phone call. Mark's brother-in-law is getting $15,000 for utilities. Call all your utility companies. Snap. If you got a third stimulus check, why are you paying for food? You don't have to, because you should get on SNAP. Eligibility is about the same. You reach out to Department of Agriculture to get on SNAP. And Mark's brother-in-law is getting $25,000 a year. Yes, that's $250,000 over 10 years because he watched LALATE. I've been telling people since Nisi and Art Sullivan to get 3 items because they were the first. Here's Nisi. She got 3 items, 23,000. Mark had 2 at 32. I said, Mark, where's your third? Go get that third. He went from 32 to 50. Now he's got more sums of money. He's at over 100,000. Lorraine, she was at 105. Now she's at 120. And if you watched our new hit show, Holidays LA, yesterday, you saw the excitement as one of you was in the live chat and said, I just got this week for my family $135,000 from third stimulus because of your recordings. That's what you can do. Now, get that pen and paper ready because I'm going to show you the example of Johnny. 3-part story. Part 1. Initially, Johnny had 0 from this channel, and he listened, and by that Wednesday, he and 2 other people do not know each other. Each got 3 programs approved at 45,000. 45,000, 3 days. Good. But he heard my recordings of saying, get other sums of money. He did. By the end of the week, he got 7 sums approved. Now, 7 means he had to have made 15 phone calls. You're going to get lots of no's. You're going to get some yeses and some no's. He made 15 phone calls, got 7 yeses, $80,000. That's how you do it. It's every single day that there's someone in the live chat that says, I called one place and they said no. Well, you know how many no's Johnny got? He got 8. I don't know how many more times I got to say it. He got 8 no's, but he also got 7 yeses. That's $80,000. You don't stop with 1 no. You call all 6 places. You have to listen to the videos very specifically because it works. Next. The following Monday, he reached out to his family members and say, I got $8,000 last week. They said, for who? Watching LA. They said, I've heard about him. What'd you get the money for? They said, he said third stimulus. They said, Johnny, I've never seen this money covered on broadcast media. He says, they don't cover it. He covers it. Let me show you how to do it. By the end of the week, those 2 family members went from non-believers to believers, each getting $50,000 each. Now, what's at issue is that LA is now the number 3 financial news channel in America. The number 1 covers SPACs. Who? SPACs. Oh, you don't know what a SPAC is? You don't, because I don't cover it on this channel. Does it mean it doesn't exist? No, it means I don't cover it. They cover SPACs. They don't cover this geopolitical news. So it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It means they don't cover it, and I don't cover SPACs. Mutual symbiotic relationship. Let's go back into fourth stimulus, which we left off at that housing aid. 3 other new provisions in there. The weatherizing your home, the home repairs, and the first-time home purchases. We're waiting to see how they survive in the Senate because they can still modify the eligibility on this. But for the first-time home purchases, this is something given to the seller at the time of purchase. And then for the weatherizing your home, no income qualifications required. And then the home repairs, this would be low income. Let's turn back into that recon and look at those other provisions. They got $150 billion of free home health care for seniors and people on disabilities. The $550 check for the Pell Grant, huge, very important, college students. And then the big money for the car. This is so dramatically different than anything we've seen. In 2019, you'd walk into a dealership, look at the window sticker on an electric car. It would say, for example, $30,000 minus $7,500 federal tax rebate, which means you have to pay $30,000 to the dealership at the register, then go home, file tax return, request the $7,500, wait some more. Oh, here it is. And then the refund check comes in the mail. This is not that. This means you walk into the dealership, you look at the window, and now it says $30,000 minus $12,500 equals $1,800 you pay. Yes, you only pay that amount. The check is given at the time of purchase to the seller or the dealer by the U.S. government. Wow, incredible. Now, one of the provisions I don't think works, I think it violates U.S. trade policies, is where the car is made. I don't think they can do that. It violates U.S. trade policies with Mexico and Canada, which says you can't do these type of laws. You can't discourage the purchase of something bought in one country versus the other country. We're talking about Mexico and Canada, the United States. Here's an example. Cadillac Lyriq, electric, GM, and unionized workers. The Ford Mustang Mach-E, U.S., unionized workers. So why is one car different here? Let's look at the situation. Both are electric. They qualify. Both are made by U.S. Auto manufacturers. Both qualify. Both are made by unionized workers. Both qualify. Ford union, GM union. So where are the cars made? The Ford is made in Mexico. Disqualified. The Cadillac's made in Tennessee. Qualifies. I don't think they can do that. I think it violates the law. We'll see if that survives. $65 a month if the child is not in school. That is a big benefit. And then we go to the incredible provision of this recon is a cheaper medication. Day one, 20 medications will be slashed dramatically. The most expensive medications, Medicare Part B, Medicare Part D, arthritis, diabetes, cancer. For example, an insulin dose will drop from $1,000 to $35 overnight. The number of medications will grow to 30 by 2028. And they cannot increase more than the rate of inflation per year, or there's a penalty provision against Big Pharma if they do it. Penalty provision? You can't do that, says Pat Toomey, the GOP leader in the Senate. I think he's right. And that's one of the provisions that the Senate parliamentarian is likely to remove. She's a government official, and she looks at these laws and says what can go by recon and what cannot. I think that's going out. Immigration reform, I think that's going out as well. She previously ruled it cannot go by recon. And then the paid leave brings it back to Joe Manchin. This is why I think Schumer should just put it all to her and have her decide right now, the parliamentarian. Because if she removes paid leave, it just solves the equation for the rest of us, so we won't have to worry about a Manchin showdown. Now, this graphic on the air says $15,000 of checks under the forced stimulus recon. You know that's too low. You know it's about $60,000 because everything under third stimulus, repeated, that's about $45,000 for housing. Then you got that check for the car. You have those other add-ons, and we have the Senate changes. So before we even get to the Senate changes, we're clearly over that amount of money. And what are some of those Senate changes? Well, what's ironic is that the same senators who want to add lots of other items to this recon also want to do an MSC. It's Warren, it's Wyden, it's Sanders, it's Schumer, who all say it's a good bill, but there's major gaps missing. That's why you need to advocate. And if you just join this recording in the middle of its airing, the details breaking tonight is that 4 or 6 senators in the last 7 days have said, again, it's going in there. That's why you have to advocate. Casey, Coons has said it. Warren has said it. Wyden, Sanders has said it. And Schumer has said it. You need to continue to advocate across the board. With that, let's go back into this forced stimulus recon and look at those incredible checks. Get that pen and paper ready because we're going to go over some more checks in the House bill before we get to the Senate changes. And those House checks start with the universal pre-K. Universal pre-K for 1 more year. Wow, this is incredible, great news. Then they got the earned income tax credit, hazard pay, essential workers with back end check. The child care, which is a back end, 1 more year of that. The child care tax credit, front end, $3,600, 1 more year approximately for that. They got in the household, the home health care covered benefit, and they got in the hearing. That's a check. So, and also, of course, they got the Pell Grant, the housing, and the nutrition. So what are the provisions that Bernie would add in there? In addition to that MSC, Bernie vows to add in there lowering the eligibility age of Medicare, dental, and vision. And those details with the wrong graphic, it should be this graphic, there we go, Bernie, starts with the lowering the eligibility age of Medicare. He wants to drop it to 55, it's currently 65. Bob Casey wants to do it at 60. Then Bernie wants to do dental. He wants to do 10 years of full benefits. I don't think he can, it's too expensive. He last offered 3 years of full benefits. I think that's possible. The $850 checks for dental, no bueno. It's not enough money. It doesn't cover most procedures. And then vision. Eye exam and a pair of frames per year, pretty easy. Send it out. Avoid frame wars, as I am tonight as well, because we got a lot to cover tonight. But let's turn to that student loan debt forgiveness. Executive order, offer on the table. This would not need a recon, an executive order. $10,000. The Democrats should take it. President already forgave student loan debts for individuals who became disabled after graduation. People went to work in the nonprofit sector after graduation, and people went to work in the public sector after graduation. COLA benefits and FIT stimulus. A lot of questions, a lot of answers. First, COLA is going up 5.9% January 1, and FIT stimulus is right behind it. Why? Because COLA doesn't work. It needs to be replaced. It's the current benchmark. It needs to go. To be replaced with inflation. Always 2 to 3% at least per year. So first they're going to raise your benefits up 1 time to get you caught up. and then apply a new benchmark in December 2022. That means you'll get 3 step-ups in 1 year. They'll remove the asset cap, remove the income cap, and remove the marriage penalty, and love is going to win. Here's some COLA and FIT stimulus questions I've been getting. 1, are there COLA benefits going out this month? There are in some cases. Some organizations are sending out the COLA raises this month, not in January. So I do have a viewer who's a community volunteer. His father's a retired veteran. He said the COLA step up started this month, 5.9%, meaning the VA father got a 5.9% more starting this month. Then SS200, not happening. You shouldn't be talking about SS200 because FIT stimulus is so much more money, thousands of dollars more. And then finally, is Medicare impacted by this COLA raise? No, not at all. Tonight, we're going to see how quickly they can get that House vote finalized. It'll be a quick vote. It'll take 10 seconds, and off to the Senate, the debt ceiling limit goes. You are hearing a lot of fringe chatter about the debt ceiling limit in the Senate. Fellow GOP leaders are actually slamming other GOP leaders, saying, don't do it that way, don't do it this way. There was one senator named Lee who was trying to do something about an hour ago, and they said, no, don't do it that way. We're going to do it this way. Minority Leader McConnell says, we're not defaulting. So if you've been with this channel for over a year, we've done this many, many times. 1, they can go to the 11th. We're going to go to the last minute. They're going to go to the last minute, the last second. Number 2, if there is something that's controversial in there that GOP doesn't like, the Democrats always take it out. They always do. They just sort of throw things in there. I can go over what they've done over the last year. And then at the 11th hour, they said, okay, I'll take it out. And the debt ceiling is moved to February. We don't have to talk about it, and it frees up everyone's incredible schedule. One of the big exciting details I'm excited to deliver to this channel, and I debuted this today on Holidays LALATE, is a new show coming to this channel. It will be about the metaverse. The metaverse, how to make money in it. A lot of people have been asking, I want to make money. Show me how to make more money, LA. And I'm going to show you how to make more money. It's a subject matter that does not have many videos about. There's a big vacuum out there. And so I'm going to show you what it is, how it works, how you can make money, how you can buy, sell, rent, run a business, operate a business, lease out a business, how to make money in the metaverse. It's not very complicated whatsoever. And if you have any ingenuity, if you currently have a business or a side hustle in the normal universe, bringing it to the digital life is very straightforward. So that limited run informational, educational series about how to make money in the metaverse is coming to this channel shortly. But you've been loving it, and I've been loving it as well. The Holidays LA 2021 show has been a lot of fun. You notice the set is still not in holiday decor, so I'm reminding myself I got to go do that task. I got a lot of tasks to do. So get ready for the holiday decor to come to the set. But for now, you've been seeing the holiday tree. Today we covered the incredible mugs, holiday mugs. That really was the topic of discussion. New for the 2021 season is the live interactivity. The first half of the show is financial news. The second half of the show is holiday discussion. And the second half today talked about holiday mugs. And what's great is the live chat shows us where we learn from fellow viewers, because often we were talking about where to buy something, and some viewers had a suggestion a lot of us didn't think of, and it absolutely works. And here again is Holidays LA, every day at 11 a.m., the big new show on this channel coming back. And that's daily at 11 a.m. Monday through Friday, live on air. Holidays LA. You know, one of the things that I have been able to do is really inspire people and put fire into their feet. I'm very proud of each and every single one of you. In the last 2 weeks, and not this money to pay your bills by watching this channel. It's third $5,000 you average for a viewer. And it shows you the power information. Whether it's clothing, food, small appliances, wood, case of Larica, or even holiday meals that I pay for. We've been doing it for over a year. I know how to get you money. And when you bring that both to this channel, take notes and learn about the information, you can do really well. That's why I'm excited about the new show, Medical, on this channel. They'll cover all the details of the metaverse and how to make money. In the meantime, we also need some laughs. Loin to read LALATE 666 are coming back together. First time ever in an ensemble live comedy show. It's called Calcino. Three major divas all in one show. How are they going to pull it off? I have no idea. That's coming to the channel shortly in a limited run holiday series. And here again is Calcino. Meantime, if you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to this incredible channel. The membership link is video. Also like the video, like and send LALATE alerts that are also video. The membership newsletter comes out Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Hit that membership newsletter so you learn about the big money you can get under first, second, and third stimulus. It features the 6 places you reach out to, the keywords you say, the nonprofits, and more. See you next on Evening's Countdown, then Stream Stimulus Sirloin, and shows at 9, 10, 11, and 30 tonight. Have a beautiful evening, and I will be in the live chat with the latest details on that vote on the House floor. It's a big night, and it still continues here on Evenings LA.